Okay, part of this was going to be about, part of the goal of this was going to be that I was going to comment on things that were happening in Chicago, whether it be, lighthearted or serious. So, we have this whole, I don't even know how you say his last name, Anthony Abbate. He was the cop that was caught on videotape. He was in a bar and he was drunk, and he went behind the bar, and the bartender, the woman bartender, I guess she tried to push him away, to get him out from behind the bar, and then he proceeded to beat the crap out of her. And I don't even watch. I've only seen the video like once, and I don't even watch it because violence towards women really upsets me, and violence from cops really upsets me. And I don't drink anymore, and I've done some things, some spiritual work around that, and so before that I really used to hate cops and all of that, and primarily because I did a lot of illegal things, and I don't do that anymore, and I don't hate cops anymore, and I know a lot of good ones, and I know they're doing their best to protect us, and they encounter a lot of dangerous things every day, and so I don't have like my hate on for the cops or anything. But I know there are some bad ones, and it bugs me when they're protected. That their brothers will do anything to protect them. So there's one thing about that bothers me. The second thing is that again, like the violence against women piece, the drunk piece. Again, I should have some sympathy for him. I assume if he acts, that was not an isolated incident, both the violence and the drunkenness. So anyway, he gets convicted of one charge in many that he was put up for, and he just got sentenced, and he got probation, and I don't know. And there's been a lot of discussion about this on several, one on, I think it's the Second City Cop blog, and then a lot on Chicagoist. And the thing I don't understand, what their points are, they keep saying, well, how is this in relation to, other sentences in Cook County? Do other people get probation for stuff? And, is it equal to other sentences? And to me, I don't really care what other people get sentences for. I don't care if a gangbanger gets sentenced for probation for a gun crime or having guns. Each case should be awarded sentencing on its own merit, I think. I don't understand what the comparison is. Who cares? And then the other thing that people were saying on the Second City Cop blog, when on Chicago's to some extent too, was this idea that he never made it clear that he was a cop. So that the fact that he's a cop should have no bearing in the case. And I call bullshit on that, because the fact of the matter is, he is a cop. So whether or not he made it clear to her that he's a cop shouldn't matter. As far as I know, lawyers, for instance, are held to strict standards of the law. Why? Because they're being called to work with the law, know the law, uphold, not necessarily uphold the law, but they're lawyers, so they have to know the law and defend it and prosecute it. And so if you are a lawyer, I'm trying to watch my levels. Someone said that was a problem. If you're a lawyer and you get busted breaking the law, you can lose your law license. You can be disbarred. So you wouldn't have to make it clear that you're a lawyer. if you break the law, you get in trouble. So I don't understand why he would have needed to make it clear at the time that he was a cop. He is a cop. He holds a badge, and he beat the shit out of somebody. I don't care if she was a woman and 130 pounds. He broke the law. And he is held in his job to serve and protect, to uphold the law, to not break the law. This seems like a no-brainer to me. I don't understand what you know what I'm saying? What it has to do with the fact that he may or may not have made it clear that he was a cop at the time. That's irrelevant to me. I mean, on the other hand, I thought that cops were considered kind of on duty at all times. You know, you hear like off-duty police officer, but then they like saved the day or, you know, caught someone or whatever. So yeah, I just think I think it should bear in the sentencing. I think a judge should say, hey, this guy's a cop. And he totally... It's fine. If you want to go out and be a cop and be drunk somewhere, be drunk. But the fact of the matter is, you were so drunk that you had no control of yourself anymore. Perhaps, maybe he was in a blackout. You know, whatever. Again, I get it. You know, some people, when they're intoxicated, black out. But you're a cop, and you don't get that luxury, especially if you get violent when you black out. Again, whether you beat up a 130-pound woman or you beat the crap out of some dude. Not allowed. It's not allowed for any of us. Period. But especially not for you. Not for you, not for a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, it was like that, what the hell was her name? Jacobson. Her first name's escaping me. Like with the whole Craig Stevick thing, you know? Like it was all bad, it looked all shady. Like, guess what? If some other lady in a bikini had gone over and hung out with Craig Stevick, even maybe under the pretense that she was going to try and do a little investigative work and try to figure out if this guy was a shadester and hang out with him at his pool, still shady maybe, still uncool. But guess what? She doesn't lose her job because she's not a reporter for a major news outlet, right? But Jacobson does because she's representing a certain position in a certain company. Right, wrong, you know what I mean? We can go over that whole case too. But sometimes our jobs hold us to certain behavior even in public. Whether I agree with that all the time or not is a different matter, and in different cases it makes me think different things. You know what I mean? It ranges for me in different scenarios. But this is not cool. Like, the guy should do jail time. And I don't know if you need to protect him or put him in solitary because inmates would fuck this guy up. But I don't know. Something needs to be done, and it's not probation. So that's my take on that.